Guru, we're talking about companies and their political affiliations. Companies are removing their support for the NRA after the Valentine's Day Parkland, Florida school shooting. From special rates on auto insurance policies to cheaper flights when you book through its website, the NRA's discount program offered a lot of perks. Guru, despite all of this backlash, do you expect the NRA to stay as strong as it is?
Look, I think this is more symbolic than anything else. I really don't think that the NRA members really care all that much. But because it's symbolic, it is meant to send a message. These companies are effectively saying that the NRA has some responsibility related to the mass shootings that have occurred. Now, I personally think that these companies that pulled their discounts are off base and where they're placing the blame. And they're going to certainly isolate NRA members. So for every action, there's a reaction. So I guess when these companies are looking at whether they're going to continue to offer discounts to NRA members, they determine that it would be better for business for them to cancel those discounts that they're offering. But again, for every action, there's a reaction. So let's look at what just happened in Georgia related to Delta Airlines, which pulled their discounts for NRA members. The Georgia legislature turned around and specifically passed legislation that effectively pulled the sales tax related to jet fuel, which would have saved Delta millions and millions of dollars. So there was something where they did, Georgia having Republican-controlled legislature and a Republican governor, and assuming they're pro-NRA or at least didn't like the position that Delta was taking, bang, punishment, direct retribution. So I think that these companies have to be really careful, King, when they're going to get involved in any way, shape, or form in such a hot issue like gun control or what's going on with these mass shootings and how to solve these problems. So the real issue here is that the NRA is not causing mass shootings. And I really think the answer here is to work towards a solution that is multifaceted. So if these companies want to do something like, oh, you know what, we're gonna pull our discounts offered to NRA members, it really doesn't serve them very well. If they are really, really concerned about what's happening with gun violence, and we all should be, then they should be throwing their weight behind finding a solution. Because, again, I think what they've done has been primarily symbolic, which, in my judgment, is somewhat shallow, and this is a very deep and complex issue, and it's not going to be resolved by this type of action. So I believe that this is not going to weaken the NRA in any way, shape, or form. I think, if nothing else, it will strengthen their base. My understanding is that their membership is growing as politicians and corporations are targeting them to blame them. So I think it's going to have the opposite effect of what some of these groups are intending it to have.